Hi everyone, this is Professor George. I wanted to take a few minutes this morning just to give you guys an overview on how to set up a Word document according to APA formatting. I've had a couple of questions from some of you about how to create a hanging indentation for citations within a reference list. And in addition to going over that, I'm also going to show you how to generally just set up a document in Microsoft Word according to APA style. So these are some things that you might want to get in the habit of doing when you open a Word document to begin a written assignment in any one of your courses in the adult degree program. And the version of Microsoft Word that I'm using today is Word 2016, and this is the version that you're able to download as a student of Geneva College. You can download that and have access to Word 2016 and put that right on your computer. So if you're using an older version of Word and you'd like to download 2016, you may do so using the Office 365 package that you get as a student of Geneva. Okay, so to begin, I've opened up a Word document, and I want to do a couple of things before I start putting any text on the page. And that is to choose a font that would be appropriate for a written assignment. I would suggest using something very traditional such as Times New Roman. Some of you may use Arial, but generally speaking, Times New Roman is a great font to use according to APA style. It's easy to read, and it's one of the more traditional fonts. So we want to go with Times New Roman size 12. And the next thing I want to do according to APA style is that my document should be double spaced. So I'm going to go to the spacing menu and click 2.0. This will make my entire document have double spacing between each line. Additionally, I want to make sure that I remove all spaces before and after paragraphs. I don't want any additional extra spacing between those double space lines. So I'm going to turn that off. And as we'll see, those are both removed, and I have 2.0 spacing selected. Okay, so those are the basics of how to set up your document before you've even typed any text on the page. Next, what you'll want to do is set up a header for your document. Now, there's a couple of things you want to keep in mind when you insert a header into Microsoft Word. You're going to want that first page's header to be different from the rest of the pages in your document, and that's because, according to APA style, the words running head need to appear before the title on the cover page of your document only. We don't want that running head to appear on all of the pages. We just want those specific words running head on the cover page only. So let me show you how to set that up. First of all, to put a paper into my document in Microsoft Word, I want to go to Insert. I'll scroll over to this right-hand side where we've got the header drop-down menu and just select blank. I don't want any automatic information in there. Okay, so now we're in the header of the document. I can type the text here. So the first thing I want to do is go back up to the header and footer tools menu. I'm going to want to insert automatic page numbering. That's a very nice feature, so you're not having to go into every page and type the actual page numbers. Instead, I'm just going to insert the page number at the top of the page on the right-hand side. Okay, so now I've got my page numbering set up. The next thing I want to do, remember, is to make the header different on the first page. So I'm going to select this option, Different First Page. My page numbering has gone away. There we are. Okay. So now what I want to do is just go ahead and type the words running head and the title of my document in all capital letters. Remember, running head is just as it appears here, a capital R on running, no capital on head, colon, title of the document in all capital letters. I want to move this page number back over to the right-hand side, so what I'm going to do is hit Tab twice, and that will move the page number over to the right-hand side. Now, some of you may notice that this is no longer in Times New Roman font. We're in Calibri font, so what I want to do for my header is to select the text, go back up to Home, and make sure I pick the same font settings as those that I have set up for the body of my document. Once that's set, I can close the header, and I'm ready to set up my cover page information. Now, according to APA style, for the cover page information, I want that information to appear in the upper half of the page, and I want it to be centered. So I'm going to go ahead and center my text and space down a few lines, maybe 5 or 6 lines, and then I can begin typing the cover page information, which we know first comes the title of the assignment or the paper. I'm going to enter down and type my name, enter down one more time, and generally speaking you can type Geneva College. Some of you prefer to type the name of the course as well here, which is not necessary, but you can include that if you'd like. And now I've got all of my cover page information. We can see right here that the information is in the upper half of the page, centered. Okay, for the rest of my text, I want the typing to start left. So I'm going to go ahead and move back over to the left-hand side. And I want the body of my paper to begin on the second page of my document. So I'm going to show you a quick tip for those of you that don't know. Instead of spacing down to the next page, what I can actually do as a shortcut is just go to the Insert menu and click Page Break over here on the left-hand side. That'll just automatically take me down to the second page of my document. So here's my cover page. Now I'm down here on the second page where I can begin typing the body of my document. So you can go ahead and begin typing my introductory paragraph here. Okay. Now we'll want to give some attention to this header. As we saw, because we had selected different first page on the first page of our document, this information is not going to automatically generate on the second page's header. So what I'm going to have to do is click up here in the header and add in the title of my document. Make sure the title is left aligned, and then move that page number, tab it over back to the right. So now I've got my title in all capital letters aligned left on the second page, and the page number aligned right. Again, I want to select all of that text. Make sure it's in Times New Roman, size 12 font to be consistent with the rest of my paper. And now I will no longer have to mess with this header. It's going to automatically generate on the next pages of my document, and the page numbers will automatically continue to go in numerical order. So after the second page, you are no longer going to need to mess with your header. The reason we had to do it again on the second page is because we had selected the different first page option so that we can include the words running head before the title of our document on the cover page. Okay, so now that I've started the body of my paper, what I want to do next is set up the reference list. So again, the reference list is going to start on a new page of my document. So we want it to be separate from the body of your paper. So we're onto a new page. The first thing I want to do to set up a reference list is to center the text and type the word references. Now, we include the plural version of the word reference if we're going to include more than one citation in our reference list. If we only have one citation in our reference list for an assignment, then we just use the word reference. So for this example, I'm going to include more than one source. I want the plural version of the word references centered on my paper. Okay, then I'm going to align my text left because my citations begin on the left-hand side of the paper. And I have a couple of references already prepared here just to give you an example of how I create a hanging indentation. So here we are, I've got references all set up. My references are typed out. They're aligned left on the page. But what you'll notice here is I actually have 4 different citations listed here. It's kind of hard to see where one reference citation begins and where another one ends because it's all aligned left. So whenever we have a citation that wraps onto more than one line, such as all of these in this example do, see this title, A Hope-Centered Approach to Career Development, that begins to wrap on the next page. So what I want to do here, according to APA style, is create a hanging indentation. That indentation should be 1/2 inch, and it's only on the second line. It's called a hanging indentation because we don't want to indent the first part of the citation, we want to indent the second line. So what I can do to do that is highlight the citation, go up here to the ruler at the top of my Microsoft Word document. I grab the bottom half only of the ruler guide and I move it over to the 1/2 inch mark. Okay, so again, I want to do a hanging indentation. So I select the citation, go up here to the ruler marker, select the bottom half only, so don't select this bottom square at the bottom of kind of this sand timer looking ruler marker. I don't want to grab the rectangle or I'll move the entire citation left and right. What I want to do is just grab this bottom triangle shape and move that over 1/2 inch. And you can also do this for your entire reference list all at once if you would just highlight everything and move this over 1/2 inch. As we see here, that moved both of them at the same time because I had them both highlighted at once. So again, that's how to create a hanging indentation in your reference list using the ruler in Microsoft Word. If you do not happen to see this ruler displayed on your screen in Word, you can turn on the ruler by going to View. And then right here we'll see ruler is checked. If I uncheck it, it disappears. If I mark it, it will appear on my screen. Okay, so that's how we create a reference list citation with a hanging indentation. That's how we set up our document according to APA style, and a couple of extra tips on how to automatically set up a header and to set up the body of your paper. If we have any more questions about how to set up a Word document according to APA style, please let me know. I'm more than happy to help give you a description of how to do whatever your question is or to create another video in order to give you guys a better demonstration of how to do these things in Microsoft Word. So good luck on your next written assignment, and thank you all for your attention this morning.